So Adam, a 2-1 win. What are your thoughts on the game?
Tough game, particularly that last, 15 minutes or so. Clock seemed to tick slower in them moments, but look, these are a great team, and this is a really difficult place to come. So we had to be tactically very astute tonight, very disciplined, and I felt the players executed our game plan probably up to 2-0 absolutely perfectly. Reduced a very good team to very little and very few clear-cut chances. Obviously we scored first, which is like massively important in games like this, because if you concede first, you have to open up a little bit, and then they get more space to hurt you going the other way. So to score first was important to us. To then double that lead with another really good goal, I felt just put us in the driving seat really, and I felt we were really comfortable in the game at that point. And then we just give the ball away in our own half unnecessarily really, and then they score, and then it's game on. You know, if you're looking at the clock and you're thinking there's 30 minutes plus whatever they had on here left, the crowd had pretty much gone home at 2-0, and they were quiet, and then that goal just changed the whole thing. And I think they showed their power then as a football club, with the fans getting right behind the team and pushing them on. And you look at some of the players then they bring off the bench, and they had a right go, which you'd expect them to do as a good team. And probably then the longer the game went on for us, it was just about, we just had to try and see it through. And we did that really through a combination of probably a little bit of wastefulness by them at times. Jono made a massive save with his feet. Some great defending our box, and a couple of players putting the bodies on the line and blocks, and just finding a way to hold on to what's a massive 3 points for us. And I'm incredibly pleased for the players and for the supporters who came to cheer us on tonight, because I thought they were magnificent all game.
Yeah, as you say, probably Rochdale seeing the majority of the ball in those opening stages, but we reduced them to few clear chances.
Yeah, but I think when you go away from home in this league, particularly to teams like Rochdale who want to have the ball and they want to dominate the ball, you know that you're probably not going to have as much of the ball as you would like. But it's about restricting what the opposition do with the ball, and not allowing them to play through your shape, being very disciplined, being organised, being patient in your shape. And then when you do turn it over, have you got that little bit of quality and composure to have little spells in the game just to taper the crowd and gain a little bit of control, whilst also trying to probe and ask questions of them going the other way. And I felt we were probably a little bit wasteful at times with the ball, probably right throughout the game. But usually in games like this, as the away team, it's about moments, and we had a couple of really good moments of play, scored 2 good goals, and unfortunately tonight that's been enough for us to take away all 3 points.
Yeah, and of course you had Josh Ammani with both goals, one in each half, to, as you said earlier, make things comfortable for us really.
Don't know if I'd say comfortable, maybe comfortable up to that hour, but after that it was far from. But no, I think listen, Ammani's been brilliant for us. He's just not only a good player, but he's a proper team player. He empties his tank every single game for his team. He competes. The amount of output that he covers, not just him, but all the players, to be fair. And he's also got that little bit of quality, and he's a threat when he gets in the opposition's box, and he's in a really rich vein of form at the minute in terms of his return of goals and assists as well. And if he can keep on, contributing like that, then he's going to be a really important player for us this season.
Yeah, and then as you said, obviously those final stages, which felt like a lifetime to hold on to, but we managed to for a big 3 points.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think and felt comfortable when we were 2-0. And then obviously we just, like I said before, we turn the ball over, they score, game on. But then it's about just trying to stay in the game and not allow them to equalise quickly, because then it's going to be really difficult, because all the momentum is with them. I felt we did well to kind of staying in the lead probably for the next 10 minutes after they got it back to 2-1, and then we had a little bit more of control, and then they came again, and we obviously had to, you know, make changes, try and freshen up, change shape, and it was all hands to the pump. But you know, every credit to the lads, not the only the ones who started the game, but the ones who came on and finished it as well, because it was a real collective effort, and just incredibly pleased with the efforts of everybody again tonight.
Yeah, just under 600 travelling town fans tonight, and they certainly put their work in tonight.
Oh yeah, they were brilliant. I mean, even in the warm-up before the game, you knew that we had a decent number of them in here, and I felt they were louder than their fans, to be honest. Certainly in that first hour. Maybe not as much in the last half an hour. Not that we didn't hear them, but when they've got nearly 3,000 pushing the team and trying to suck the ball into the net for them, it's hard for 500 to be heard, but they certainly were. And you know, yeah, again, they'll be going home happy, and hopefully, you know, they'll all come to the Shea on Saturday with, you know, as many of the siblings and friends and family members as they can, and you know, let's get as many in there as we can, and try and keep this little run of form going.
Yeah, great run of form. Obviously 4 wins on the bounce. I think that's just 1 loss in our last 10 now.
Yeah, listen, we're going along well, but I've been in this game long enough to know that if you take your eye off the ball, or you think you've cracked it, you can very just as easily go and lose, you know, 2, 3, 4 games in this league, because it's brutal. So, you know, yeah, we've got to enjoy every win, because they're hard earned. But tomorrow it's about resting. From a staff perspective, it's about prepping for Brackley, and then on Friday when we're back in the training ground, it'll be about, you know, a prep day for now our most important game, which is always the next one. It's going to be a difficult game against Brackley. They've been a good team them for several years in the league below, and last season obviously won the title, which is not an easy thing to do. They're a good side, they've got some good players, they've started the season reasonably well for a newly promoted team. And we fully expect a really difficult game, but we're at home, and we've got to make sure that we're ready to go again.
Thank you.